Everybody, welcome back to TerraFirmaCraft Season 5, Episode 106 with me, Sid. And last episode we came out with a specific purpose of heading over to this area to grab a whole load of granite rock, which, if I remember rightly, somewhere about here, I think it was here, we basically mined out a chest. A barrel full, but while we're out we are going to take advantage of the fact we are out and about, and we're going to have a little look around. Now I've taken us round to here, and this is all new territory. It is Firelight, which Firelight in its own right doesn't really bring us anything exciting. You know, you've got copper question mark because I know nothing about it. It's just a trace on the surface. But the other thing we can always keep, we've got the sprucey logs, there's our Douglas firs. I've been collecting this saplings while we're out, so and I'm keeping the eyes open for food. But we come to this rather nice area of rock, and you'll all know my passion for so I've just saw something over there. Exposed rock, large mountainous areas. In TFC, they are just such a powerful tool for locating ores, because they're basically the land folds, and any ores and stuff that are in there will get pulled out. So yeah, they make it really easy to find stuff. Plus, of course, we do want to keep our eyes open for any interesting foods that are about, and tree types that's not ripe, and also just the general rock formations. You see, I'm not bothered about the Thorncraft Cinnabar. It holds no attraction for me. But yeah, just nice. Oh, hello, palm tree. It is nice to come out, just to get out and there you go. Hello. Again, I don't necessarily need any of this right now, but I love these boots. The ability to find surface stuff is not to be sniffed at. Can I get down safely? Probably down there, and yeah, no problem. Again, love these boots. Oh, where was I? There. Alright, let's get one of these, have a look what we got. It is a pour, so it's 15. So it's fire shards, surface 15. Don't really need it, but yeah. So my plan is to continue hunting around a wee bit, see if we can't find anything worthwhile. I'm not going to mark all these coppers. I'm never going to come this far for copper. You know, there's just, we've got a lot of copper closer to home. Why would I go? This is a really nice area, actually, insofar as its landscape. I mean, obviously it's got its fair share of collapsible, dangerous stuff, but yeah, not bad. Firelight, which is there's probably one downside, as I say, there's not a huge amount. That's slate rock. Okay, really not a huge amount in the way of exposed ores, though, are there? More fire shard there. I don't know what quality it is. Let's have a look. You see, now we've got so fire shards, surface 35. So if I were going to come out, that's what I would be digging up. Go away. Any of you ripe? I think some of those look ripe to me. Ooh, or a node. Don't really need it right now. Yeah, we'll grab a few bits of food while we're going, because obviously it's beneficial if we can scavenge while we're out and about. So yeah, I'm going to have a little hunt around this area, just see if we can't find anything worthwhile, and I'll be back in a little while. Alright, well, we are a little bit further along. I've harvested a little bit of crops. We're over in this lava area at the moment. Oops, if I can get the right thing. So I'm over here, but this is just fire shard. Over here, this is just one massive vein, and there's fire shards over there, they're there, and they are all rich. They're all quality 35. Yeah, I think if I ever want fire shards in any significant number, this is the place to come for them. In terms of other things, there's really not a lot. It's very barren. Not the greatest in terms of its content, I'll be absolutely honest. I think we may head back. I just wanted to check these couple of ravines, because ravines are often good points to have a little peek down, just to see if you can't see what's going on in, you know, terms of exposed doors and the likes. And oh, that's not a ravine. I don't know why I'm getting all phobic about that. That looks like a ravine though. There it is. Nothing down there though. There's really not a huge amount. TFC is an odd one for exploration though, because it is one where you can have areas where you find vast concentrations of mineral wealth, and then you can wander along and actually find, you know, next to nothing as you go. But in terms of our journey map, we've kind of crept around the top here. Looks like we're coming to the end of the day, so this might be just the obvious point to consider making a home command. Slash home, of course. Home. God, I can't type. Pew! Wow, we actually took some damage from that. Thank you, teleporting. Not a lot, but anyway, we are home. We got back. All of our animals are familiar. These are all ready to keep growing. That obviously needs to be continually developed. So I suppose the first thing we need to do is sift our gravel. Well, the first thing we need to do is actually eat. We'll also pop those on there and sort ourselves out, because we've got stuff to put away and cows to sort out. First things first, let's get some breakfast and start sorting our things out. So yeah, I'll be back in a moment. Alright, and now, oh, incidentally, apparently pressurized fluid conduits, these things won't pump up. Kind of should have guessed, really, shouldn't I? Anyway, get these guys running. And there was a few comments about why I didn't automate the input of this, and the answer is quite simply I tried and it didn't play. So this is still preferable to me clicking these like all the way through. I just placing the gravel in. So that's what we're after, and the item we are after is this stuff, which should hopefully crush down tellurium and cyanite, and tellurium will oh god, smelting or arc furnace. I might need to make an arc furnace. That's going to be pricey, isn't it? Or I could go back into the dungeon and try and find a a furnace, because of course we can't make a furnace. We can't make a slab furnace. We can make an alchemical furnace because they altered the recipe, but we are absolutely stuck with that, aren't we? Alright, let me sift more of this and I'll be back in a while. Alright, well, I've sifted four stacks, well, 2 normal Minecraft stacks, 4 stacks of 32, and I've got 8 pitch blend. Now, of course, we've already established that with a crusher we'll get 2 with a chance of lead, and with a sag mill we'll get 2 with a chance of cyanite, which is probably the better of the 2. Now, to get Yellorium, we then need to process that in an arc furnace, or a normal furnace. And Yellorium, of course, is used to make the various bits of the reactor, including circuit boards, reactor casing, including black steel. We are not going to, by the way, be building a massive reactor, so in terms of fueling it and running it, I don't think there's a major issue. However, there is a major issue in getting the Yellorium in the first place. That's going to be entertaining, to say the least. Oh, this lot's ripe again. Okay, good. We also need to start milking the cattle more regularly and have a session around the place. Let me have a look. What do I need? I'm fairly balanced, actually, so I should be able to take. Let me just put all of those up here. In fact, let me eat that. We shall make ourselves a nice supper of those, and that'll be like meals for the next couple of days. I actually feel this is what I feel like with the current lockdown. Well, I assume the current lockdown still, because there's 2 weeks, about 2 weeks ahead of myself recording wise. I don't think we're going to be out of lockdown by the time this video's out, but everything is all preparation and planning. I'm not very good at meal planning. I do tend to do like one meal shop a week, one main shop, and then throughout the week do 2 or 3 small shops when I drop into the smaller ones on the way home from work and pick up additional supplies as and when, you know, my dietary demands change, or not dietary demands, my pickiness, I just fancy it demands. So let us go and work out what we actually need to do an arc furnace. I know what we would normally need to do an arc furnace, but I honestly couldn't tell you what's involved. Oh God, have I not got the immersive engineering book? There should be. There is a book, isn't there? There used to be a book. I know there's a book now. It's just, how do I? Yeah, immersive engineering, blah blah blah. Yeah, this is all very good, but how do you actually build an arc furnace? Oh, what's that? Don't remember them blocks. I mean, I remember they just squeeze them in the fermenter. I just don't remember that particular style of block. Now there we go, engineer's manual. I'm sure I've got an engineer's manual somewhere. Come here, Trunky, have you got my engineer's manual? No, you don't. Who's got my engineer's manual? It's not in there. Are you in here? No. Back there? No. Weird. Alright, we need to make a book and a lever. Levers are easy enough. Books, not so much. Let's have a look at a bookie wookie. A bookie wookie requires string, platens and paper. Got paper through there, patterns, and a piece of string. I should have patterns, not paper, but I should have paper in my Tinker's area. There we go. So we should be good. Book. Ouch. Let me just break one of those down. And a lever. Yeah, that should do us. Right. So, armed with this heavy machinery, arc furnace. The arc furnace is a massive structure used to quickly smelt metals. I know they're massive. And it requires 1 cauldron, 14 steel slabs, 4 blocks of steel, 27 reinforced blast bricks, 14 light engineering blocks, 7 and scaffolding. That is going to take an absolute massive amount. In fact, I need to just make a quick note of this so I'm not referring back to this, because otherwise I'm just going to be... So we need 1 cauldron, 14 steel slab, 4 blocks of steel, 27 reinforced blast bricks. This is probably going to take 2 or 3 episodes to pull all of this lot together. We're going to have to mine, get materials together almost certainly. Light eng block, 7 heavy eng, and 10 10 steel scaffolding. Oh, I wish I had an engineer villager right now. Right, let me see what is involved in the variety of things. So the cauldron should be fairly straightforward. It's just iron. So yeah, cauldron we can handle. Steel slab is double a steel ingot. Oh, Jesus Christ. Needs 14 of those. So that means it's 8 ingots per slab. 14 eighths. Too many. That's a lot. Okay. Steel block. Block of steel, come on. Electrical steel. Come on, you've got to be a block of steel for beacon bait. That's the one. Okay, that's oh god, this is going to be horrendous. Okay, so we need a lot of steel. We've established we need a lot of steel. What do we need? Reinforced blast bricks. Reinforced. That one, but not as a facade. Somewhere in here. Somewhere. There we go. Sheet steel. So that's 2 steel ingots and a blast brick, which is, oh god, a lot of steel. A hell of a lot of steel. Light engineering. The saving grace is that doesn't require steel. It requires a lot of iron though, which still means we need a lot of iron. And heavy engineering blocks, that's going to be steel, isn't it? Of course it is. Yes. And steel scaffoldings, well, I mean, we don't even need to steel scaffolding. We don't really need to do this, do we? Because obviously it's made out of steel. Okay. Let's go and have a look at our steel situation, shall we? If I were steel, we've got black steel, we've got pig iron. Now, pig iron is obviously what we use to take to high carbon steel, and we can do that stuff in the arc furnace. We can make... No? I thought you could... Pig iron and wheat steel makes black steel. Pig iron and makes wrought iron. I thought you could make steel in a... Hang on. Steel. Steel from immersive. Wrought iron and coke dust. That's an art furnace, no good to me whatsoever. Okay, because that's what we want to make. Once we've got us, this is the great, wonderful irony with immersive engineering, of course, is that, and this kind of stuff, is once you've got the actual thing you want to make, actually making the thing you want to make becomes a lot easier. Okay, so if I want steel, I am... Nope. I'm basically doing the pig iron. I'm going to have to do it that way. Jesus. Okay. I need to do some maths now. I'm going to try and sit there and try and work this out. So let me get back to you in a second. Okay. Now, if my maths is correct, and I think it's close, I've actually resorted to a spreadsheet for this. Forgetting the bricks, which in the fire bricks in their own right are going to be a pain enough for the blast bricks, we are going to need 189 iron, 77 copper, and, pardon me, 406 steel. So in TFC stack terms, I need just shy of 6 stacks of iron, which I've got just shy of 3 stacks. I need just shy of 13 stacks of steel, I've got 1. And I need 2.5 stacks of copper. Good news is, I've actually got the copper, yay. So, I think, apart from having to have a bite to eat, I think I need to go on a major league mining trip. We're going to need to find some good quality veins of limonite, lots and lots of limonite, and then from there we're going to have to make pig iron, which of course we can make in, well, you can make it in the blast furnace, that would be crazy, but we can make it in the alloy smelter with coal. So we're also going to need a fair amount with wrought iron. So we're going to basically have to get a whole load of wrought iron, so some 18 stacks worth of wrought iron. That's probably going to be 3 or 4 large veins of wrought iron. Now, how am I for coal? Coal I am probably okay for, because each one of those is 2, so that's like 8 stacks there. So yeah, we've probably got enough coal to process up the steel that we need. Flux, that's not a problem, we're in marble country anyway, so that's a thing. Yeah, this is going to make going out for gravel for the for these things seem trivial. So the next question is, what do we need to do? Now we need to start off on our home patch and go and start looking. We've got limonite 15 quality. If it's 15, I'm not touching it. We need 30 quality 35, but let's just go and step away from the cows, shall we? We need quality 35 minerals, otherwise it's just not worth it, because we need this to happen fairly quickly. You know, I don't want to, it's going to be, if you can imagine, processing that much steel is going to be painful, and then we need somewhere to build the thing, which that's not a major issue. For one, we can always move it later if we want to move it around, but what we do need is the actual mineral tracers. We've got quartz, gold, sphalerite, gold, taint, copper, iron, but again not actually useful. You know, you don't realise what you haven't got until you start trying to find it. That's a 15 quality over there. I don't think we're going to find anything that close. It's mostly mined on that one. Is the word. So then we're over this way, which again I'm not seeing a great deal other than points of shame. Let me have a little look around. I'll be back in a moment. Oh, there comes a time when you just have to, as a great film character once said, put up or should not sit, nut up or shut up. Or put up or shut up. And if we're going to do this, we're going to do this. There's no point faffing around. It is going to take a huge amount of mineral resource. And having looked around the area, I have absolutely got nothing in the way of iron close by. However, we are heading up this way. There's an iron question mark up there, there's an iron question mark there, and there is an iron 25 surface there. There's another iron question mark there, and another iron question mark there. So this area should be able to furnish our iron ore needs. We're almost certainly going to have to use a hammer. We're going to have to dig for it, but it's going to be hard. And it's probably going to take 2 or 3 episodes to even get to the point where we can start assembling the machine. If we ever get to, I mean, it's going to be, yeah. I don't think we can underestimate the sheer amount of steel necessary for this. Now, in immersive engineering, vanilla 406 steel would be a fair amount. Now, I don't think you would need 406 in the normal version of it, because obviously a steel block, for example, actually a steel block is the same price. It's 9 steel ingots. I wonder whether you can smelt them down. Sorry, I may even try that with the T-con smeltery to see if we can save the faffing around making slabs and then making blocks. But I think I might have actually got that wrong. I'm trying to think of slab, but no, we've definitely got it wrong. I'm just looking at my maths, and I'm 8 short, so it's going to be actually 17 per block. So it is more expensive to do it that way. But so we'll have to check whether we can smelt that in the Tinker's construct smeltery. But we need to get out to where we're going to start finding iron. I got a horrible feeling that my prospector's pick is almost broken, so I may actually need to try and find a little bit of one of the tier 1 metals, copper or something. Please don't be a hungry node. Please don't be a hungry node. Yeah, one of the tier 1 metals, and make a prospector's pick while we're out there, and some clay. That in itself is fun, but you know, that's part and parcel of Tinker's construct, isn't it? It's improvising and survival in the field, and yeah, we'll get there. But right now we are sailing across the sea, so I will see you when we arrive at our destination. Well, I'm just trying to gather some. I found plenty of bismuth. No, but I need more copper. I need to get either 10 copper or to make a copper ingot, or if I can find some tin or zinc, we can possibly mix and match what in the region of what 9 and 1 or something, just to get brass. But over there, in fact, let's just, there we go. That is probably not the screenshot for the episode, but there you go. That's a hungry node. I'm just going to make a note of that one, just so I know not to come too close to this area in a hurry. Obviously it's not here, it's slightly over there, but I'm not going to sit there and go over there just to mark the fact that there's a hungry node. More bismuth. Copper would be nice. I have found a poor quality magnetite surface around the area as well, but it is poor quality, so I really don't want to start banking on that too early, and so I'm just kind of quartering the area. Quartering is probably too scientific a term for it. I'm wandering around manically trying to find bits of copper and any other iron veins that are handy. Ooh. Finding a lot of useful things. To mark on the map, and many not so useful things as well, to be fair. Fire shards, look at those. Again, I don't need fire. What I need, oh, limonite. A bit more bismuth there. Any signs of limonite peeking through the rocks anywhere for me? Is it going to be a nice limonite, or is it going to be, I think it's another question mark, isn't it? So at the moment I'm just trying to find stuff to make a prospector's pick, because as I suspected, my brass prospector's pick is almost worn out, and had I thought about it I would have brought one, but I didn't. I'm not gonna. There's no point. There we go. Ooh, more limonite. Hang on. Ooh, and sphalerite. We'll have that. We'll take a sphalerite. Yeah. So I'm just kind of hunting around the area and looking what's up here, because I don't think we've really explored this fully. So I'll be back in a bit. All right. Just wandering around here. I am finding so many ores, but the one that, apart from the fire shards, which are basically rife. There's, if I can get myself up here, entropy shards. I don't know how good they are. Don't know whether I can pull this off now. Hang on, let's try that. It doesn't really matter. They are poor entropy. Oops, hello. They are poor entropy shards, but who cares? They're a damn sight closer. I've been here before. Why have I therefore? I have got them labelled. Okay, I was getting excited about nothing. It's easy to forget what you've seen and what you've been, what you haven't seen. I don't want to go and jump in over that either. But I do still need to find that copper. Not having a great deal of luck with that, to be honest. I might be entirely the wrong rock type for it. So borax. That's actually quite a good flux source, so we'll just mark that on there. Yeah, this is not playing, to say the least. Come on, there must be some copper. Again, oh, hello. iron. Finding lots of potential iron locations though, so this is not a bad thing, and the food is not really a problem right now, so we can have a good search around still. This is not a bad thing, as I said on previous things, especially when you got the hang gliders and fast travel means, including these boots. These boots are actually as much a problem as any other thing. They make you travel faster over the terrain, and when you travel faster you miss things, and when you miss things you end up with large areas of terrain where you don't know if there's any materials in them. So going over things again is actually not a bad kind of habit to get into, especially if you're looking for specific things like with the amount of iron we're going to need. I'm going to have to search around here for a while, so I'll be hunting around some more, and I'll see you in a while. Alright, I've just scutched over from here to here, just because there's a few traces of copper over this side. I'm not so worried about whether the surface. All I need to do is be able to pick up a few nuggets of copper. There is also a TerraFirmaCraft dungeon here, which we haven't touched. I think there's copper here, which is, there we go, 1, 2. Can we find a little bit more? A little bit more copper for the 3. So we've got 5. I only need 4 more, and then all I need to do is find some clay, which I have actually honestly not seen for a while either. Oh, hang on. No, that's there's nobody there. Nope. Nobody home. Oh, we've got a bit of, I still need the extra copper though. Any on top of this dungeon? Yes. 7. Come on. Come on. Don't be tight. It's going to be tight, isn't it? It is going to be tight. I need 2 more nuggets of copper. That's all I need. Can I see 2 more nuggets of copper? Of course I can't. Right, so if I look at the map, there's another copper deposit hinted on at the map further south, so we'll head there. This is why it's really important to always mark your finds, no matter, and I'm terrible for it. Especially the further away I get, the less I want to mark the common items. You've heard me, I do it, I know I do it, it's a bad habit, but you know, when you come out, if you've marked everything on your map, then when you kind of go, oh crap, I need to throw together a copper thing, or you know, I need some clay, if you've marked all of that on, you won't have this problem. You just follow the waypoints that you've already marked. Because I haven't marked all of them on, things like clay for example, which is going to be my next challenge, then, because if I can't find the right rainfall area, then we ain't going to find clay, and if we can't find clay, then there's absolutely nothing I can do about my lack of prospector's pick. But we will find it. This is the challenge, this is the fun, this is what makes TFC more than just vanilla Minecraft. If it was vanilla Minecraft, you'd just dig a hole in the hill and head down to Y12 and you'd be sorted and everybody will be happy. But it's not. So there we go. Right, so 7, 8, 9. That's all I need of that. Now, clay. I'm going to have to go hunting around for clay. The problem here is the rainfall is 125. It's not high enough. You can tell by the colour of the grass it's not high enough. But should be able to work out. Let's kind of try over that way perhaps. We'll hunt around. There's going to be some clay somewhere, it's just a matter of finding it. So it also gives me an opportunity to hunt around for more iron deposits, which are unlikely in this biome, but we might find some traces of something further down in the lower levels. So yeah, back in a bit. Alright, we're exploring further afield still. I've got all the materials I actually need now to make a bismuth bronze pro pick. There's a spectral guardian over there. You can't see him, but he's on the map. Where are you, sir? Really is difficult to make out. Anyway, there is one there. Trust me on that one. I ain't going to mess with it, but there's no need to. So we are now over here. Now again, this is rock salt over there. Limonite mentioned, but there's this huge expanse here we haven't touched, and I still need clay. I really need to remember next time I'm doing a playthrough of this to mark resources like clay, because it would be really useful right now. Again, the rainfall for this area is totally wrong, so we're just looking to find an area where we get slightly higher rainfall and a chance of finding some clay materials. But this is all new. Well, that's all new. This isn't. So still looking, still hunting. Back in a bit. Alright, this is interesting. We've got a double dungeon. If this was closer to home, this would have actually been a perfect. I'm getting lag now because I've been exploring for a while as well. But yeah, if that was closer to home, that would have been absolutely perfect for a XP grinder. But do you know what I haven't found? Any clay. I've been all the way around here now, all the way around there. I was just starting to expose this area. I genuinely think right now the best thing we can do is go home. I've got lots of food. Next episode we will create a new prospector's pick out of black steel, because that's what I have got. The best item I have, I've got 2 ingots of that. So yeah, new pro pick. We'll reprovision, we'll head out to get the iron, and yeah, that was surprisingly harsh in the terms of clay. I'm really glad I didn't spawn there. I think that's probably the fairest thing I can say. How are our baby cows doing? They're still babies, but they're getting bigger. And well, yeah, until next time. Didn't really get a huge amount done, to be honest, but we did get a scare of our life. By the way, it's actually, when I corrected that figure, it becomes nearly 14 stacks of steel, 438. So yeah, we've got a lot to do. Until next time, thanks for watching, guys. I will see you soon. Bye for now.